How we doing, guys? Welcome to Motivation. This video is all about how I keep myself motivated. And I get that question so many times. It's unbelievable. And sometimes I have to wonder, like, how do I keep myself motivated? Don't worry, you'll have the answers in a minute, where I'm going to explain to you how I keep myself motivated, what I do, and when I am down, because don't get me wrong, I do get down. Sometimes, not all the time. And I often get frustrated by external forces. That could be people that might be annoying me, it could be something that didn't go quite right, or it just could be life in general. You know, sometimes you walk out, you're dressed for summer, and it's raining. If that doesn't get you down, you're a stronger person than me. But in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you about motivation. So sit back, get your tea. I might have to get my one's empty. Get your tea, get your coffee, whatever, and get ready for this one, because it will help and support you or someone you know. Why I get out of bed every day. Sometimes it's hard to get out of bed, and I've been in that position where it's really, really hard. But I remember once I was speaking to someone, and I asked them this question. I said, why is it I get out of bed before my alarm clock goes off? Why do I get out of bed at about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning? That's what time I get up all the time. I said, it's kind of annoying. I don't understand it. And what a person said to me was really profound. They said, you're excited about life. Simple. You're excited to see what the day has for you. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I get out of bed. I get out of bed to have a bit of food. I love a cup of tea. You can tell by my teeth, they're a lovely shade of beige. And that's because I love tea. I get out of bed for tea, but I also get out to enjoy life. Because no matter what is in store for me, and don't get me wrong, I can understand what you're probably thinking now. Well, you're on TV, you've got a successful business, you've got a successful career, you've got a book, you've got this. Of course you're going to want to get out of bed. I didn't have that before. I've only started having that when I was 46. So for the past 7 years, that's when I've had that. But before, I would get out of bed. I would go running, I would do something. And another thing that kept me going was exercise. And I don't mean you have to go down the gym and all that kind of stuff. I mean really simple exercise. I would get out of bed, and the first thing I would do would drink a glass of water. Just a small little glass like that. Drink a glass of water and then do 5 push-ups. But then the next day, I'd done 7. I always put 2 on it. The next thing I was up to 100. And that's what kept me motivated. So make sure that you get out of bed for something. And also, walk like you've got somewhere to go. Because a lot of the time, if you have nothing to do, you're just going to sit down. You're going to sit down, or you're going to lie down in your bed. Do something with the time that you have, because you are important. I don't care what you're thinking now, what you're going through. You are important to someone, and you need to actually be there for that person. And it doesn't mean you have to be there physically, it just means you have to be there mentally. And mentally, you have the ability to keep yourself strong. And it just means you've got to get out of bed. Find a reason to get out of bed every morning, even if it's just doing 1 push-up, and then next day, do a 2. Same with the sit-ups. Make sure you start off really, really small. But get out of bed, man. Come on, what are you doing? I'll tell you a question some people have asked me. What does motivation mean to you? Motivation is a bit like all of us. It's individual to you. Motivation to me is something that keeps you going, keeps you focused. So the way that I motivate myself, and it's quite a big one. So got your coffee, got your tea? Sit down, listen to this one. Motivation for me is all about influencing people you're never going to meet. I told you it's a big one. So my whole philosophy is to influence people I'm never going to meet. So everything I do is about making sure I leave a path or show people that you can do something. Even though when you look at my past history, you look at my life, it's a little bit messed up. If you've read the book, you would totally understand. I should not be where I am. But as I've got to where I am, I need to have a clear focus, so that I need to be motivated moving forward. And that moving forward is greater than me. So there are some people who are motivated by money, houses, cars, all that kind of stuff. That's not my bag, really. My bag is to make a change. So that's what motivates me. What motivates me is to make a change in our society, to show people who are very similar to me, have not had the best of luck at the start of their life, and I'm talking 46 years, I weren't really cutting it. It was a bit up and down like that, but now it's kind of even. I wish it would go up a little bit more, but that's another story. It's a case where I've got a clear focus now. My clear focus is what's motivating me. That every step I take now is all about motivating people who I'm never going to meet. It's similar to this video. You're watching this. I might never ever meet you, but you might be motivated to do something, which then means you will inspire someone else, and that someone else will inspire someone else, and then someone else and someone else and someone else, just from this small little video. That's what motivates me. I know what you're asking, and I know what you're thinking, and I'm going to give you the answer. You're always positive. You're always sending out a thought of the day. You always do Sunday school. You're always motivated and always positive. Not like that. The answer is no. I'm not always motivated and I'm not always positive. Sometimes when people either cut you up or do something to you that is a little bit, it steps over the mark. And as it steps over the mark, you then have to really focus and channel in as into what you're trying to achieve. So for me, it's quite hard, I would say, being in the public eye. So if someone came up to me and they grabbed me, they want to take a picture. So they grab me like that. Oi, come and take a picture. I can't say, who are you grabbing? That's assault. I'm going to call the police. I have to smile and I have to take the picture. That's what I have to do. Or if someone, we're in the toilet, gentleman's toilet, sorry for being a bit crude, and then they turn around and they say, oh, I want to take a picture of you. It's really inappropriate. But I have to be extremely polite and say to the person, not in the toilet, please. If you don't mind, can you put your camera back in your pocket so we can take it outside? These are the things that I often have to deal with. And those are the things that do sometimes get me down. There's a lot of stuff that gets me down, but it is a case of I stay focused on my end goal. I always walk like I have somewhere to go. It's almost like I used to say to these young people that I used to work with, there's a point A and there's a point B. Now you go all the way from point A to point B. Now there's loads of different steps you can take, but some people deviate from that and they lose their focus. Once you lose your focus, anything could come to you and annoy you, could take you off of it and bring you down. Or it could be you just have one of those down days. And don't get me wrong, if you've read my book, and it's not a book plug, I'm not plugging it, but I would say when I was 45, it must have been about 7 years ago, I was down in the dumps. I mean, I didn't even think I was going to see tomorrow, but picked myself up with the support of a load of people around me, and then here I am now, making a video just for you. Even though I am on TV, I have down days. Life is not all beautiful on TV. It's not a case of people are peeling grapes for me, I have cars waiting for me, I have a helicopter, etc., etc. No, I get tired, I get ratty, or there's this new word someone told me the other, hangry, I think it is. You know when you haven't eaten, and then you get angry mixed with hungry? Some people are really clever. I'd never heard of a word like that before, but yeah, I think I get hangry. So most of the sets that I work on, they have a bucket just full of food for me because I need to eat. If you realize that you do get down of something, try to get it out of your life. So I used to get a little bit niggly when I had no food. So I make sure I always drive with food now. Also hydrated. If you haven't drank water, please keep a bottle of water beside you. That's another reason for your mood going down. It's your body just telling you, I need refreshments. I think I've answered enough on that, haven't I? You get the message, don't you? Good. So what motivates us, and what motivates me, I should say, it's a number of different things. So there's loads of different things. If I was to turn around and say to you, all right, do this, this will motivate you and your life will be happy. All of us would be doing it, and it's one fit that fits us all. But as you know in life, you've got some people who are small, some people are large, some people are medium, some people are even triple XL. We're all different. So everything's going to motivate us in a completely different way. And there are a number of different things that will motivate you. So for me, I love music. So whenever I'm driving, I drive sometimes for like 4 hours and I just put on the music and I just dance. Sometimes people driving past me look at me in a very strange way because I am singing very badly in my car. No one can hear me and it's absolutely cool. I'm motivated. And then when I get home sometimes I play some records or finding records that I can buy and it's a rare record. I'm over the moon with that. One of the biggest motivations though that I have, and we had this very early on when I started doing charity work, is basically to work myself out of a job. I know sometimes I'm coming out with these big ones and it's a bit hard to understand. Let me explain. When I first started in the charity sector, I was working with young people, and the young people, I wanted to motivate them to then be a contributor towards their society or their community. So imagine you've got a group of young people that are taking out from their society or the community, they're being antisocial. Then you start working with them, you train them up in being youth leaders, etc., and then they become the mentors of the young people, not to follow what they was doing before. That motivates me like you would not believe. When you're actually able to hand the baton over to someone that is then sending the same message as you to other young people or their peers, it's an unbelievable feeling. So giving back is one of my biggest motivators, as well as music, as well as food, as well as tea. There's a lot of things that motivate me, as would you. Now you're motivated. What you have to do is you have to do some extra stuff. And the extra stuff that I do to stay motivated is I get up early in the morning. I do about 60 to 100 push-ups, not in all one go. No way. I either do 40, then I do another 40, then I do 20. Depending on what hotel I'm staying at, I will go for a swim. And that's normally like a 20-minute swim, and that's it. I do some stretching exercises. That keeps me motivated. And what it does is it clears my mind in the morning. Because sometimes you might have had a bad dream, or you might have had a bad night from previous. There might be something just hanging like a cloud over you. And you just need to clear it out and see the day as a fresh. So if you can, do some exercises. I'm not saying join a gym. I'm saying use your bedroom floor. Even use your bed, where you just do some sit-ups, do some twisting. Just get the body, the heart moving a bit faster than it is. Get the day to come to you, okay? You know what I'm saying? Get the day to come to you. So in other words, you're prepared. You're prepared for the day. Where some people go towards the day, they're just like that. Whereas you should be like, okay, bring it on. I'm ready. What are you gonna bring for me? So that's what you've got to do. Do something extra, which is exercise, I believe, that will keep you motivated. And please drink water. First glass of water in the morning, and before you go to bed, drink another glass of water. Simple. Keep your body kind of cleansed. Now, I am motivated most times, but there's some times when I haven't got much motivation. And like everything I do in life, I have a positive outspin on it. So imagine this, someone comes to you and you're trying to explain something to someone and they're not getting it, really not getting it. And they could be quite aggressive to you or just hard of listening, hard of hearing. It's just, you're not getting through to them. That's when you can actually not be motivated. But what I tend to do is, it's time for me to move from that person. It's time for me to exit. So whenever you are feeling a little bit down, there is something that you're doing. And I know it's easy for me to say, but really hard to do in that moment. Move away from it. Because there's always a reason why you're not motivated. And the reason why you're not motivated, you might still have it around you. A bit like that cloud where it's over you, you have to step away. The cloud is going to be there. That person who is hard of hearing is hard of hearing. You can't do nothing about that. But what you can do is turn that way. Imagine it this way. You're in this room, and in this room you always look out of that window there. That window's right in front of you. That's the only view you're ever going to see. So imagine there is a tree with a flower at the bottom of it, and there's a hill in the distance. That's all you're going to see. You see no road, there's nothing else. But someone comes into your house and tells you there's a road behind you. There's a road that you could go down and there's loads of stuff down there. No. That's what I'm seeing. That's kind of like that motivation is just going down because you're really narrowing what you're seeing. But if you turned around and you looked at that road, you'd be like, wow, there's another possibility. So if someone is annoying you, if someone is getting you down, if the situation, whatever it may be, is putting you in that particular position, turn around. It's like, imagine you come out of your house and you always turn left. You're going to see the same view, you're going to meet the same traffic, you're going to meet the same people at the bus stop or whatever. It's kind of boring, isn't it? But if you turn right, it's a reroute. It's something that's like, oh, that's interesting. And it will perk you up. So if you can, turn right or turn around and look out a different window. My main tips for staying motivated is stay hydrated. Drink water in the morning and at night and during the day if you can. Just drink as much of it as you possibly can. And also try and put some exercise into your regime. And it doesn't have to be big, like 100 kilo squats or deadlifts. No, you don't need to do that. Just start off small. Start to build yourself up to it. That's what you need to do. Because no one just lands on the top of the mountain and everything is perfect. You've got to start at the bottom. You've got to climb up, and you might even take a little pause. You might have to camp out there for a week or two. Just like climatize yourself and then carry on going. So take those steps. Be really, really gentle to yourself. No one gets motivated like that. No one wins like that. And then no one has a perfect life like that. Don't watch that Instagram lifestyle. That's filtered, whatever. That's all. You know the score about that. Also, the tip I would give you guys with regards to staying motivated is surround yourself with people who are focused and people that are slightly above you. And that could be people that are on Instagram. I'll tell you what I've done on Instagram one time. I found that a lot of people were posting up stuff that made me feel a little bit inadequate. I stopped following them because they're living this like lifestyle. It's like they've got the parties, they've got the champagne, they're going to Dubai, they've got the cars, they've got the this, they've got like, whoa. And I started talking to myself and saying, why haven't I got those things? And then I didn't really like that feeling. So I said, you know what? I'm going to turn around, or I'm going to adjust myself to make sure that I don't actually follow those people. And I just deleted them. And I actually did a video, I believe, this was a few years back, and I said to people, if I make you feel inadequate, if I make you feel like you should be achieving more, don't follow me, unfollow me, because I'm not into that. So really and truly, is surround yourself with motivational stuff, and I have a load of it. I get now on my feed, I don't even see furniture. Imagine that. I do furniture and I do stuff in TV. I don't see TV stuff and I don't see anything to do with furniture. I see all about motivation. So anytime I'm going on my Instagram and I'm flicking, I'm like, wow, that's a really good one. Wow. And it just lifts you. So surround yourself with people that's going to motivate you. If you surround yourself with people that's going to bring you down, it's not a good look. Okay? Enjoy.